If you're a man, it's your responsibility. Hell, it's your duty to watch this particular video till the end. If you're someone who's wondered whether women prefer looks or whether they prefer manners and personality, I assure you that the manners and personality matter 10 times more than the looks. So, in today's video, we're talking about 5 habits that make you instantly more attractive to women. We're talking about Etiquette 101. Think of etiquette as a language, a code of conduct, a set of actions that you need to learn to do in certain situations. If you learn etiquette well, you'll come off as more sexy, more sophisticated, and obviously more polite. So if you're a guy, you need to know these actions like the back of your hand, starting with the school time basics. School time basics are the manners that you learn for the first time in your kindergarten, in your school. Your KG teachers taught you these, but unfortunately, you may not be using it enough. Firstly, the word thank you. You're genuinely appreciating someone's help. Learn to say thank you more. Learn to say thank you for the smallest of things. That will make you come off as more polite. So whether a waiter is taking your order, whether someone has passed you something at the dinner table, or even if someone's just holding the door open for you, learn to say thank you much more often. Excuse me, when you want to get someone's attention, or even if you just want to get to a place super quick and someone's in your way. Pardon me, a polite way of saying, "Abbe, sunai nahi diya." Please. If you want something very intensely and you don't want to come off as rude, or if you're just at a fancy restaurant or a fancy dinner and you don't want to come off as desperate. For example, could you pass the butter chicken, please? And finally, we're talking about I'm sorry, apologizing. Learn to use an apology often enough that you come off as polished, a little more polite than usual. You know, if you step on someone's foot or if you push someone by mistake, learn to say I'm sorry. But don't say I'm sorry that often that you come off as submissive. Okay, etiquette rule number 2, we're talking about table manners. It's a very vast topic. The kind of rules you need to follow when you're out for lunch or dinner, or even if you're just having lunch or dinner at home with a lady. You might be eating like an absolute jungly, but trust me, on a date, you need to be well behaved. So these are the basics. Firstly, when you're approaching the table that you're going to sit on, pull out a chair for your lady. Next, when you're beginning your meal, make sure you place the napkin on your lap. Never begin a meal without placing a napkin on your lap. Thirdly, we're talking about the fork and knife rule. Pick up the knife with your right hand, use the fork with your left hand. If you want to cut up something, pierce it with your fork and then cut it up with your knife while you use your fork as an anchor. And finally, we're talking about burping. Make sure you're never that guy who burps at the lunch table or the dinner table. If you want to burp, if a burp's like coming up, cover your mouth, say excuse me and burp very silently. Try making minimal noise. Also, while you're chewing your food, don't chew with your mouth open, and very importantly, even if your mouth is shut, don't make a lot of noise while chewing. Try chewing silently. If you're a brother who makes noise with his mouth while chewing, or if you're a brother who makes noise with his burp while burping, then well, your class is going to go from level 100 to level 0. And speaking about class going from 100 to 0, we've got etiquette rule number 3. Alright, we're talking about movement etiquette, how you need to interact with a lady's movements. Suppose you're walking along with a woman. Always try matching her pace. Walk at the side of the lady or behind the lady, never in front. Next, we're talking about doors. Always hold doors open for your lady. Trust me, this is a golden rule of etiquette. And if it's an open passageway, if there's no door, then while you're walking, stop, let the lady pass and then go behind her. Nothing speaks class like your movement etiquette. Alright, etiquette rule number 4, one of the most important life rules, not just one of the most important etiquette rules. Learn to be a good listener. When someone's saying something, make eye contact with that person. If someone's in the middle of a sentence, in the middle of a conversation, don't interrupt them with some other unrelated topic. If you do want to interrupt them, ideally try interrupting them while you're adding something to what they're saying. And if you really want to talk about something else, like if you've got a place to go to, then say, I'm sorry, excuse me, but I just wanted to go to the loo. I'll just be back. Promise to come back, and once you come back to the conversation, bring that same conversation back. Also, another quick body language trick is that you subtly try matching the other person's body language while they speak. It makes you come off as more charming. It's one of those psychological hacks that you can use in life. But most importantly, when someone's saying something, listen to the conversation. Be in the middle of the conversation, and if you don't really know what to say in the middle of the conversation, just ask them a question about the topic that they've spoken about. This rule applies when it comes to dates, women, relationships, and obviously your career and your life. And the fifth and final rule when it comes to etiquette and just life in general, be nice. When I was much younger, I read this English pronoun that said, you'll catch more flies with honey than you'll ever catch with vinegar. It basically means that if you're a sweeter person in general, people like you more and people come out and help you more. If you're the kind of person who uses people, or if you're the kind of person who even judges other people for how they look or how they behave, then that automatically kind of shows who you are internally. Always try being that person who doesn't judge anyone for how they look or how they behave. Yes, this video is about your behavior and your outward actions, but it's your job to just maintain your own behavior, your own outward actions. Above all, have a positive outlook towards the world. Remove judgment from your mind, remove negative emotions towards other people from your mind. If you have a positive outlook and you accumulate lots of good karma, if you're genuinely a good person, there's nothing more attractive than that. There's nothing that women find more attractive than a clean heart. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you share this video with your friends. Follow us on Instagram at BeerBiceps. If you want to build your personality even more, make sure you check out our personality development playlist. And until next time, guys, from Ranveer and the team, we'll see you later.